Welcome back to the news at 10. Some people living with sickle cell anemia have staged a protest over alleged neglect and threat to convert the sickle cell center near the government house in Benin City to other official use by the Edo State government. The protesters, including women and children, said all efforts to make the government improve their treatment center have been ignored, resulting in the death of many sufferers. However, in a swift reaction to the development, the Edo State Commissioner for Health, whose office and that of the Permanent Secretary are also located at the center, absolved the government of any blame, saying the government is only restoring the facility to its intended purpose.
Both nursery and primary school pupils are leading in this protest. They all have sickle cell anemia, and they are calling on government to reverse its decision on the hours they can access care at the center.
We need 24-hour service here, because every day in the night you call, you will not meet any doctor.
They're asking the sickle cell sufferers to go to Central Hospital where they will not get care. We don't know what they're planning to do next. We have written a series of letters, like you can see, to the current governor. Not one, not two, not three. He promises to come.
You understand me?
He only acknowledges the letter, promises to come, and he never shows up.
Mr. Charles Edigi, a patient, conducts newsmen round the only ward in the center, which he says is no longer being used following the directive by the Ministry of Health.
As I'm talking to you, we have lost more than 40 sickle cell sufferers to this crisis. They come in the afternoon, they rush and pack pints of blood into them, ask them to go home. In a blood transfusion, you're supposed to take a blood transfusion for 6 hours to run. After the running, the patient has to rest for 24 hours before he or she can come down from the admission bed.
The Commissioner and the Permanent Secretary convened this mini press briefing to tell their own part of the story.
Yes, there's a laboratory to help in promotive aspect of healthcare delivery to our sickle cell patients. At the same time, we have one doctor who is here to help with counseling. If they have minor things, minor ailments that can be handled easily, yes, that is done. But it was never set up with the aim of creating a hospital for the treatment, particularly for admission of patients with sickle cell disorders.
The law is very clear. We will read out even the function of the sickle cell center. There's nowhere in that in the law setting it up that stated that it should be another hospital.
For now, CAM has returned, and it is expected that the authorities concerned take appropriate measures to address the issues raised by these patients.
Well, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, has officially handed over the Maidan-Agiliti network of roads and a bridge in Koshofe local government area of the state. The governor also commissioned an 18-classroom block in Ketu. He says the successful completion of the project is a promise made and kept, which is an evidence of good governance. Our correspondent Kelvin Obete reports.
Residents of Maidan-Agiliti and neighboring communities turn out in large numbers. The center of attraction is the just completed 3.1-kilometer Maidan-Agiliti network of roads. The turnout obviously shows how important these roads are to the communities. Pictures displayed here tell to some extent the story of the state of the roads before now that they are fully completed, with facilities including street lights installed. Governor Babatunde Fashola is almost swarmed by excited residents as he makes his way to officially cut the tape.
All I can say today is that all is well that has ended well. This is the evidence of change, and this is the evidence of good governance. This is evidence of slum regeneration and urban renewal. Your cooperation and your taxes have been defining in doing so. And this, for me, is the value of democracy, where you can hold politicians responsible for the promises that they make to you.
when His Excellency visited this place, the people of this community requested for culverts. Culverts are those rings, concrete rings to move water. They said, can we have culverts to move water? But our governor said, no, we will not give you temporary solution. We will give you permanent solution.
And that permanent solution is now what you see. Apart from bringing Maidan-Agiliti back to connect other communities, it also offers opportunity for a strategic link from Ikorodu Road around Mile 12 to Lagos-Ibadan Expressway as part of future developments. Governor Fashola also commissions a block of 18 classrooms with offices at Ayedere Ajibola Senior High School in Ketu.
In the name of Father, in the name of Son, and in the name of Holy Ghost.
The completion of these projects will no doubt improve living conditions in the affected communities. The task now falls on residents to take ownership and maintain the facilities well. Kelvin Obetin, Channels Television News.
But to development projects elsewhere, the Niger Delta Development Commission has donated a 32-seater coaster bus to the physically challenged in the Niger Delta area. The keys were handed over to the group by the Nddc Managing Director, Baci Dan Avia.
It was a brief event which took place at the headquarters of the Nddc. The group under the aegis, the Niger Delta Coalition of Persons with Disabilities, could not hide their excitement as the managing director welcomes them. Coming few weeks after the commission made a promise to address some of their challenges, the group, obviously overwhelmed, sing in solidarity with the present administration's transformation agenda.
Jonathan Revolution! Jonathan Revolution! Is the only way to save Nigeria. Jonathan Revolution.
That done, the MD commissions the bus.
In the name of God the Father, Amen. God the Son, Amen. And God the Holy Spirit.
Aside from handing over the keys, the MD took time to show them some of the components in the bus.
We are highly impressed, and if we fail to express our impression, it will lead to depression. And that is why we are here to say we are highly delighted, and we believe that with you at the head of affairs of this commission, that this is just a tip of the iceberg.
The Niger Delta Coalition of Persons with Disabilities has appealed to other organizations to emulate the Nddc. However, many say it is hoped that this gesture by the Nddc will go a long way in ameliorating their challenges.
The federal government has signed a Memorandum of Understanding that will assist in the provision of 10,000 housing units for Nigerians willing to partake in the mortgage scheme. The Minister of Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo, said that over $1 billion will be invested to make the plan successful. She explained that other benefits of the investment include job creation as well as boosting activities in other sectors of the economy.
It marks a crucial milestone in a process that began in January 2014 when His Excellency President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, launched the Nigerian Mortgage Refinance Corporation. NMRC is primarily a liquidity facility designed to expand the primary and secondary mortgage markets by bridging the lending cost of mortgages so that lending institutions can lend more and for tenures of up to 20 years. Mr. President saw the setup of the NMRC as being a crucial component of the agenda to really diversify and transform this economy with the twin objectives of giving young people especially hope that they can own their own home and own a dream in this country, as well as creating jobs. It was done with these two things in mind and with the reference that in other countries, the housing sector has been able to be an engine of growth to help the construction industry to be vibrant, to create jobs, and also at the same time to drive other sectors, subsectors of the economy. You can imagine that by stimulating home ownership, by stimulating the mortgage market, you are touching so many other aspects of the economy, because you're making it possible for builders to build, bricklayers to work, carpenters to work, painters, even interior decorators who are going to be decorating those homes, not to talk of all the people who are going to be selling dry goods like fridges and washing machines and all the things that young up-and-coming Nigerians would want.
First Bank. You first.
Thanks for joining us for Business News on the News at 10. I'm Gimba Umar. As of December 2014, the federal government had paid the petroleum marketers about 320 billion naira, and that's according to the Ministry of Finance. The Minister of Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo, told journalists in Abuja that it has issued a sovereignty debt note to the marketers for the payment of an outstanding 185 billion naira. While expressing government's commitment to pay all benefits accruing to the marketers as at when due, the minister asked Nigerians not to panic over the scarcity of petroleum products, as that will soon be resolved.
The financing issues are well in hand. Agreed with them, and this is not the issue at the moment. We've cleared, discussed with the marketers, agreed with them how we are going to go about it. Again, I repeat, we've agreed on the financing, the forex and interest differentials, we've agreed that we'll pay those, and in fact, today we'll be making or tomorrow rather, part of those payments when the marketers are here. On the outstanding amount, we'll be issuing SDNs to them so that the banks will know that the government has undertaken the obligation. We are not just agreeing this now. We agreed all of this last week. So really, there was no, on the basis of the financing, there was no real reason for any queues to be coming, not on the basis of financial issues, because we discussed with them over a week ago. So I know that some marketers have been very good and have proceeded to go and open LCs and do what is supportive of the country. There may be others who may not have been or not as patriotic, and we appeal to them that this is not a time to try and hype the issue or cause panic, because there's absolutely no need for it.
The Securities and Exchange Commission is intensifying efforts to entrench transparency and accountability in the capital market by a strict monitoring of financial operations to curb corrupt practices. A new anti-corruption transparency and monitoring unit set up in collaboration with the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission has the task to ensure proper ethics and trackable growth in the Nigerian financial sector in line with global standards. A senior manager in the office of the Director General of the Commission and a member of the monitoring unit, Bridget Emako, said that Nigeria's status in the corruption index is serious cause for concern, which must be ratified. All the bulls maintained their grip on the Nigerian equities market, boosted by gains recorded across most of the sectors. Ambrose reports that market's breadth closed positive for a second trading day.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. Bullish sentiments continued at the Nigerian equities market as the key broad index appreciated further by 1.10%. The all-share index rose to close at 30,601.13 with a market capitalization of 10.21 billion naira. Market breadth also closed positive as 34 stocks appreciated, while 11 declined. With a 6.99 naira gain in its price, Nigerian breweries was the top price appreciator for the day. Investors also favored Julius Berger and WAPCO. On the flip side, UACN, Dangote Cement and 7-Up Bottling Company were the top three equities that got the cold shoulder from investors. Banking stocks, FBN Holdings, Diamond Bank and Access Bank were the major volume drivers for the session. When the closing gong sounded,
Volume increased to 510.05 million shares, valued at 4.91 billion naira, and exchanged in 5,324 deals. That's the stock market report. I'm Imana Ambrose. I'm aware.
And that wraps it on Business News on the News at 10. I want to thank you so much indeed for watching. I'm Gimba Umar. Ijama will be back with the rest of the news at 10 as we leave you with global markets.
First Bank. You first.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Nigeria's Flying Eagles ready to storm Senegal for the 2015 African Youth Championship, which begins in 5 days. That's on sports. Please stay with us.